Committee Chairman Ron Johnson will be part of the two of those hearings. He'll join me momentarily. And President-elect Donald Trump, with harsh words, fighting back on a civil rights icon who said Mr. Trump is not a legitimate president. Our panel on that as we look ahead on Sunday Morning Futures right now. This upcoming week, we will be watching the ongoing Senate confirmation proceedings for President-elect Donald Trump's nominees to his cabinet and leadership team. More hearings are slated this week on Capitol Hill after several nominees last week appear to contradict the president-elect in some positions on Russia, his choices to lead the Pentagon, CIA, and the State Department. Now, 7 more hearings are set this week for picks, including Betsy DeVos as Secretary of Education, Nikki Haley as Ambassador to the United Nations, and Rick Perry to lead the Energy Department. Also, Wilbur Ross as Commerce Secretary. Want to bring in Senator Ron Johnson, a Republican from Wisconsin and chairman of the Senate Homeland Security Committee. Good to see you, Senator. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning, Maria.
Your takeaway from the confirmation hearings last week, and then I want to look forward to get your take on what we might hear this upcoming week.
Well, I chaired the hearing on General Kelly for Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, a person of just high integrity, a background that's just perfectly suited at this moment in time to be the Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, a 4-star general, a Gold Star parent. I think he will sail through the confirmation process, hopefully be confirmed on the same day. I was obviously there with the Rex Tillerson hearing in the Foreign Relations Committee. I thought Mr. Tillerson did an excellent job, showed himself, again, to be highly intelligent, highly competent. From my standpoint, somebody with the temperament and the intelligence to really be a first-class, first-rate Secretary of State. So, from my standpoint, I was very pleased with the confirmation hearings that I attended.
Well, do you think that was among the most contentious, the Rex Tillerson hearing? I mean, I recognize that he came across solid, strong, in command of the subject for sure. But Marco Rubio obviously was pushing back, trying to get him to say that Vladimir Putin was a war criminal.
Maria, the Secretary of State is going to have to deal with the leader of the other world nuclear superpower. And I don't see how it benefits anybody to back the Secretary of State in the corner of name-calling when he's going to have to sit down and deal with that nation. I'm not sure this is true or not, but I don't recall any other senator forcing or pushing either Secretary Kerry or Secretary Clinton to name-call that significant a world leader. So, listen, the facts are there. I certainly am extremely wary of Vladimir Putin. We've held hearings on his propaganda, on his disinformation campaigns about the political assassinations that have occurred during his tenure there as the leader of Russia. So I'm incredibly wary, but I just don't see what good it does putting a label that's going to prevent the next Secretary of State and the next administration from dealing with something they're going to have to deal with.
Now we know this morning U.S. Republican Senator Rand Paul said that he will vote for Tillerson for Secretary of State. Senator Paul also says that the Obamacare replacement bill would let small business band together to buy health coverage. Do you think that there's any way that there is enough pushback to keep Rex Tillerson from becoming Secretary of State?
I mean, I hope not. Maria, for decades, well before I ever entered this realm, I've listened to senators from both parties talk about how elections matter, how it's incredibly important that a president, whether you agree with him or disagree with him, has the cabinet members and advisors that agree with his position, and senators from both parties